Shukracharya was extremely angry. You untruthful fool, lusting after woman, you have done a great wrong, he said. I therefore curse you to be attacked and disfigured by old age and invalidity. Text 37. And kindly repeat after me. Shri Yayatir Uvacha Atriptaha Asmi Adya Kamanam Atriptosmi Adya Kamanam Brahman Duhitari Sma Te Brahman Duhitari Sma Te Vyatyasyatam Yatha Kamam Vyatyasyatam Yatha Kamam Vayasa Yaha Abhidhasyati Vayasayobhidhasyati Shri Yayatir Uvacha Atrittosmi Adya Kamanam Brahman Duhitari Smate Vyatyasyatam Yatha Kamam Vayasayobhidhasyati Shri Yayatir Uvacha Atriptosmi Adya Kamanam Brahman Duhitari Smate Vyatyasyatam Yatha Kamam Vayasayobhidhasyati. Yayatir Uvacha. King Yayati said, Atriptaha, unsatisfied. Asmi, I am. Adya, till now. Kamanam, to satisfy my lusty desires. Brahman, O learned Brahmana. Duhitari, in connection with the daughter. Sma, in the past. Te, your. Vyatyasyatam, just exchange. Yatha kamam, as long as you are lusty. Vayasa, with youth. Yaha abhidhasyaha, Yaha abhidasyati, of one who agrees to exchange your old age for his youth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Shri Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. King Yayati said, O learned, worshipable Brahmana, I have not yet satisfied my lusty desires with your daughter. Shukracharya then replied, "You may exchange your old age with someone who will agree to transfer his youth to you." Can you repeat the translation? King Yayati said, "O learned, worshipable Brahmana, I have not yet satisfied my lusty desires with your daughter." Shukracharya then replied, "You may exchange your old age with someone else, with someone who will agree to transfer his youth to you." Purport. When King Yayati said that he had not yet satisfied his lusty desires with Shukracharya's daughter, Shukracharya saw that it was against the interests of his own daughter. For for Yayati to continue in old age and invalidity. For certainly his lusty daughter would not be satisfied. Therefore, Shukracharya blessed his son-in-law by saying that he could exchange his old age for someone else's youth. He indicated that if Yayati's son would exchange his youth for Yayati's old age, Yayati could continue to enjoy sex with Devayani. Thus ends the Bhaktivinoda purport and translation to Canto 9, Chapter 18, texts 33 to 37. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Here is the description of Devayani, the daughter of Shukracharya, giving birth to two sons, Yadu and Turvasu. And Sharmishta was the daughter of a king, but by some trick of Devayani, although the daughter of a king was made to become the maidservant of Devayani, who was the daughter of a Brahmana. So, Sharmishta also gave birth to three sons named Druhyu, Anu and Puru. And their common husband was King Yayati. Shukracharya, when he agreed that Devayani also come along, Sharmishta also come along with Devayani to the kingdom of Yayati, he warned he warned King Yayati that this girl, Sharmishta, should not associate with you, lie with you on the bed. But when Sharmishta got to know that Devayani gave birth to two nice sons, naturally, as a girl, she also desired that she would like to have children. There is nothing wrong. A woman desiring to have children is very natural. So she approached King Yayati and requested him to uh, bless her with children. And Yayati consented. Actually, Yayati remembered the curse and the warning of Shukracharya, yet he went ahead because As a Kshatriya, if somebody approaches a Kshatriya, then he cannot deny. Approaches a Kshatriya with a request, he cannot deny. When a woman approaches a king for union and giving birth to nice children, actually the king cannot deny. So King Yayati agreed, accepting as a arrangement by providence, because Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, sex life which is not contrary to religious principles is me. So by itself, sex life is nothing wrong. But when it is under regulation and by Vedic direction, because you require to uh, bring about good progeny in the world, for which you require good husband, good wife, good mother, good father. So they must be trained in Vedic principles of family life. Then automatically family planning also will be taken care. Today there are artificial means of family planning, which is not the Vedic way. But the moment you have a higher purpose in life, you have higher spiritual values, spiritual principles which you value in life. The moment you are out of bodily concept and you are working on a spiritual platform, family planning becomes a consequence without without crossing Vedic standards. You see. So therefore, to have a child is nothing out of the Vedic lines and regulations. It's perfectly acceptable. So King Yati and Sharmishta gave birth to three children, Druhyu, Anu and Puru. But Devayani got to know from outside sources that Sharmishta was pregnant by her husband, which was not to her liking. So she became very angry and she went to her father's house and she told what all had happened. So when Devayani was leaving the kingdom to her father's house, King Yayati followed her, followed his wife Devayani. Hmm. He even massaged her feet to appease her, but she could not be pacified. So Shukracharya got to know very soon about the turn of events and how Yayati actually broke his promise. So he cursed him that uh, he becomes old and invalid. Although he was in his prime of youth, King Yayati, with full, um, with his sensory organs being in a very good condition to enjoy sense gratification, but he was cursed to old age and invalidity. And now we see King Yayati reply, Sri Yayati Uvacha, Atripta Asmi Adya Kamana. So King Yayati, being cursed by Shukracharya, responded in this way, Brahman, O Brahmana, O worshipable Brahmana, Shukracharya, uh, Asmi, Adya, I have not, Atripta Kamanam, I have not satisfied my lusty desires, my desires. Duhitri, Smate, I have not satisfied my desires with your daughter, who is my wife. So what to do? So then Shukracharya replied, Vyatyasyatam yatha kamam vayasa yo abhidhasyati. So he said, Vyatyasyatam, you may exchange vayasa yaha, your old age to uh, abhidhasyati. You may exchange your old age to someone else's youth, so that yatha kamam, you can fulfill your desires. So Prabhupada says in the purport, indirectly he indicated you exchange your youth, your old age to the youth of your own son. Anyway, you have five sons. So one of them can probably come forward to exchange their youth. But will anybody come forward? We will see that in the next few verses, what happens about this? And Prabhupada also highlights in the purport that Shukracharya understood, okay, it also will go against the interest of my daughter because she is also young. And if the husband becomes old, then her life will be spoiled. So therefore, he agreed, okay, you may exchange your youth to, exchange your old age to the youth of someone. So we can see a prominent factor in this world, which is highlighted in this verse, which is to satisfy one's material desires, which is very prominent and very dominant in one's life. There is so much desire to enjoy the senses, to remain young and youthful, either man or woman. Doesn't make a difference. When it comes to material desire, material body, the details are not very important, whether it's man or woman, but the spirit to enjoy this body is very strong in a conditioned soul till he dies, and even after death. The very reason why we are in this world is because we want to lord over the other jivas for our personal enjoyment by bringing them under our care, shelter, and control. So, so exchanging old age to youth, we can see millions of years back. It's described in Bhagavatam. That means everybody wants to look young, be young, feel young, isn't it? This is natural. In fact, I was reading an article just recently. There was a CEO of a biotech company. He's about 45 years old, and his name was Brian Johnson. Some of you might know, some of you might not know. He spends about 16 crore per year, every year, 16 crore to keep his body young like an 18-year-old youth. He spends about 16 crore per year. He has a team of 30 doctors who constantly monitor him and see that his organs are active and energetic and doesn't age with time. So they're doing a lot of genetic uh, modifications and so many things to keep the organs young. After all, the material body is a machine, it becomes old. So, how to keep it young? So, they want to identify the genes that will rejuvenate without reprogramming. And they want to target specifically the genes which affects aging. You see? So, we can see, so everybody's desire is to remain young, youthful, look beautiful. This is natural. Actually, nothing wrong. What is wrong, we will try to understand. Actually speaking, is nothing wrong. To remain young, to look beautiful, it's nothing wrong. But our attempts to achieve this end is what is questionable. We can see even in millions of years back, the same tendency of human being manifest in King Yayati. He wants to desire his fulfill his material desires. He want to look youthful and with wants uh, his senses to be strong, fit for sense enjoyment. Even today also, it is going on. So how to remain young and beautiful is an age-old question. And whether those days or today. But the process is not known to the modern man. How to look beautiful, young, energetic. So we are trying to be young while actually we are young always spiritually. Hmm? As a spirit soul, we're actually young eternally. We are beautiful eternally. And this is what Krishna is offering us in the Bhagavad Gita, how to remain youthful, ever young. Because Krishna himself, the Father, is eternally young and beautiful. Nava Yavanam Cha, as Lord Brahma describes in the Brahma Samhita, Krishna is ever youthful and ever handsome and the most handsome. And we are Krishna's children. Generally, the son is like the father. The children are like the parents, generally. We know that, isn't it? Either you get your mother's features or you get your father's features, or a grandmother, grandfather's. Natural. Because this originally flows down from Radha and Krishna. So Radha Krishna's children cannot be ugly, cannot be old, invalid, wrinkled skin. Not possible because they're so youthful, so beautiful, spiritually, eternally. We being originally the children of God are also eternally, spiritually, eternally beautiful and young, endowed with divine qualities. But when that is uh, manifested in this material world in a perverted way, we seek all those things in a wrong way. So the right way is to go back to our roots, to become more spiritual than more material. You see? Otherwise, you end up spending 16 crore per year to keep your skin fair and beautiful, keep your organs young. But the fact will be one day he will pass away. How much more you keep it young? Artificially. Not possible. So Krishna is offering not only just youthfulness, beauty, and strong sensory organs, he is offering much, much more than that in the spiritual world. And he's inviting all of us, come back to the spiritual world. And that is what Krishna is offering in the Bhagavad Gita. So we are all eternally beautiful, eternally youthful, eternally joyful, and we have eternal relationships, and we're eternally peaceful, we're eternally happy, endowed with eternal knowledge, eternal memory, divine qualities, so many wonderful things. Yeah, Krishna Balaram Kund. So these are naturally manifest in us as a spirit soul. Why are we seeking it outside? Why are we seeking it outside? We naturally have all these things. And most importantly, uh, we all seek eternal love, feeling, sense of belongingness to someone, being loved by, cared by, caressed by someone, isn't it? It's not very natural to us. And we're seeking partners here in this world. But we should know eternal love, eternal sense of belongingness, eternal care, eternal protection are eternally available in the spiritual world under the eternal able shelter of Krishna. We're all seeking and hungry and truly hunting and searching for all these things in this world in vain. But Krishna is giving us the clue. So why are you struggling? It is there, all of these things, what we are desiring as a normal human being. Because it is natural for us to desire all these things. I want to be protected. I want to be loved by someone. I want to be shown affection by someone. I want to be cared by someone. You see, these are very deep bondings. You cannot be away from these things. Spiritual life is not negation of any of these things. People think that some section of spiritualists, they think spiritual life means cut off affection, cut off relationship, cut off beauty, cut off knowledge, cut off richness, cut off enjoyment. Never possible. Basically make life zero, because they have tried all these things in vain and they're suffering badly. Therefore, they think spiritual life must be without suffering, right? Make everything zero. No, not possible. Where we are eternal spirit soul, life will not end with death or suicide or merging. That is for a materialist who has no idea of merging. He commits suicide. That is material suicide. You end your life. There is spiritual suicide for a spiritualist by merging into the existence of Brahma Jyoti. That is spiritual suicide. He is also committing suicide. But suicide is not the answer to the solution. Finally, you want joy, right? You want peace. You want to be loved by, cared by, somebody to show affection, right? How will suicide help you? You didn't achieve your purpose. You will become a ghost because your desire is not fulfilled. Who become ghosts? Those whose desires are not fulfilled become ghosts. So you'll become a spiritual ghost. Spiritual ghost you'll become. There's a material ghost, there's a spiritual ghost. People become ghostly. So what we should know is, in its true form, pure form, it is available in the spiritual world. All of these things, what we are wanting, seeking. But one point we should note. No one is a match for Krishna's love, Krishna's affection, Krishna's care, Krishna's protection to all the jivas in this world. No one is a match. How can anybody replace Krishna? We can practically see, because of Krishna's love, this entire existence is manifest. Krishna loves us so much. Even though we have rejected Krishna, left Krishna, forsaken Krishna, Krishna never forsakes us. He still continues to care. This is the symptom, one of the symptoms of pure love, which is unconditional. Krishna cares for us eternally. Therefore, He is supplying all our necessities in this world. Even though we have neglected Krishna, left the spiritual world, left His shelter, left His love, forsaken His love, His care, His protection from our side. But Krishna has not forsaken His love, care, and affection and protection from His side. Otherwise, we'll be doomed. He is continuing to protect us, and therefore we are living still. So many dangers in this world, unknown, unseen dangers in this world. Krishna is constantly protecting us. And Krishna is constantly showering love to us in this world. Directly, indirectly, whatever form of love you see in this world is Krishna's uh, manifestation of love, directly or indirectly. He's fulfilling our desires constantly, whether we worship Him or love Him or not. We have so many material desires. Even that Krishna is fulfilling. Forget spiritual desires. Even our material desires, constantly Krishna is fulfilling. How much Krishna loves us. You can just imagine. If at all your desires are getting fulfilled, it's only Krishna is fulfilling that desire. So how much He loves us, how much He cares for us. Hoping one day you will turn your face towards Krishna, because He is the only person who never rejected you at any time in life and constantly being with you as your support, guide, friend, philosopher. You may say, I have somebody else as my friend, philosopher, guide. That is an arrangement of Krishna for you. If at all we have mother to show affection, father to show, to give us protection, It is Krishna's arrangement who gave you a loving mother, a caring father. If at all you have a partner in your life, maybe a husband or a wife, it is Krishna's kindness to arrange that husband and wife. Have wife for a husband, husband for a wife. If at all you have nice children, it is Krishna who has arranged those good children for you. So that in this world, when you are hungry for relationships, love, affection, but because you have denied Krishna's love, affection, care, protection, Krishna still has to make some arrangement. But because you don't want Krishna in the picture, therefore Krishna is sending somebody else on his behalf to take care of all these aspects in your life. So they are actually caretakers. So we should do our role properly, but not capture that role and emit and take over that role. And that's what is happening here in this world today. So Krishna has sent you as a mother, as a father, as a husband, as a wife, as a child, as a caretaker mother, caretaker father, caretaker husband, caretaker wife, caretaker boss, caretaker worker, everything, caretaker friend. So you do that role properly on behalf of Krishna. It's perfect. But if you think you are that Krishna and acting as a mother, father, like Radha and Krishna, you'll miserably fail. And you will fail, will be recognized by your partner very soon. Because you are not equal to Krishna. As simple as that. Can you replace Radharani's love and affection, the original mother? Can you replace Krishna's care, the original father? Is there anyone capable in this world to replace Krishna's love, Krishna's care, Krishna's affection? There's nobody in all the three worlds. So we should play our role. We have been brought to this world for a specific purpose. And we are caretakers, right? That means what? You have to play that role, number one. Number two, when the original mother father comes, you have to hand over the child. You got to claim ownership. When the original, when the owner comes, you have to give way. Exactly like that. We are caretakers, whatever role, either as a friend or whatever role we are playing, as I said, mother, father, children. When the owner, the real person comes, you have to hand over. Similarly, the jiva should be handed over to the shelter of Krishna and Radharani, Krishna and Balaram. And that is our job. Then it will be perfect. And we should train them and teach them how to learn to receive that affection directly from Krishna, from Radharani, from Krishna Balaram. That love, care, affection, everything. Then nobody will be disappointed in life. Today, Krishna is also disappointed. We are also disappointed. And the people in this world whom we relate with, they are also disappointed. Why such disappointment? Why give scope for disappointment? So, so if at all there is a relationship which is being arranged, friendship, relationship, lovers, Krishna's arrangement. But because we are removing Krishna from the picture and we are becoming the center, therefore that love is converting into lust. Lust means, what is love and what is lust? There's a characteristic difference between love and lust, which is described in the scriptures. We should detect this. Very important. Otherwise, you'll miss out and you will feel cheated. What is that characteristic feature of love and lust? Love is unconditional, free from bodily attraction and attachment. It is spiritual in quality. And the center of love, the central object of love is always, always Krishna and nobody else. You cannot say there is love between two jivas. There is no possibility, it doesn't exist. There can be love only between jiva and Krishna. Krishna and Jiva. Love transaction only between these two personalities. And another important feature of love is the Jiva seeks Krishna's satisfaction, not his satisfaction. This is another quality of love. Now you try to understand all the so-called love in this world. We love everybody other than anybody other than Krishna. Point one, you have failed. Point two, all our love is based on material attraction, material attachments. Point two, we have failed. Point three, uh, uh, in the love, so-called love in this world, I want to be satisfied. And my partner cheated me or whatever, I'm just saying. Or he didn't fulfill my desire, break up. Why? Because he didn't fulfill my lusty desire. My sense gratification he didn't support. My ideas he didn't support. My likes and his likes are not matching. We're always on the opposite ends. So the last thing also we fail. What is that? The quality of love is Krishna's satisfaction. In other words, just as a definition, the partner's satisfaction is the quality of love, not my satisfaction. The partner's happiness. In this case, the partner is Krishna. The best partner which you can ever get of all the choices is Krishna. So, to seek Krishna's satisfaction in the transaction of love, not my satisfaction. This is the quality of relationship between gopis and Krishna, and between every jiva in the spiritual world and Krishna. And we're also jivas from the spiritual world anyway. We have come to this world seeking love independent of God and seeking that love for ourselves from everybody else. Therefore, there is disappointment. So we are missing this central point. And if at all we have to love, then somebody may ask, Prabhu, is there no possible loving anybody else other than Krishna? Looks little artificial, looks little impractical. No. To love other jivas, first of all, you should learn to love God. When you learn to love Krishna or God perfectly, then your love towards other jiva will be perfect and absolute. Yes, there is possibility of love with every jiva, and there is necessarily love with every jiva, because spiritual life, spiritual world means full of love. There's nothing other than love in spiritual world. Nothing other than love. But uh, unless you develop your love towards God, there's no possibility of developing love towards every jiva. In fact, a pure devotee of the Lord perfectly knows how to love every jiva in his true spiritual position and spiritual status, not out of lust. Prabhupada loved every jiva. And therefore, you can see whether a Christian or a Muslim, he became a devotee of Krishna and a devotee of Prabhupada. They all loved Prabhupada because they loved Krishna. Because Prabhupada made them love Krishna, they loved Krishna and they loved Prabhupada. They loved Krishna because of Prabhupada, they loved Prabhupada because of Krishna. This is absolute love. You see, today also they say love is blind, right? Whether Christian, Muslim, I still love. All perverted form. See, Prabhupada also, whether Christian, Muslim, they loved Prabhupada. Prabhupada also, whether Christian, Muslim, he also loved them. Or a Hindu. Because love is blind. Love is spiritual, nothing to do with this body. Very important point. So love is spiritual. Hmm? It is pure love, manifest from the spiritual platform. Krishna's love, manifested through Prabhupada. And the jiva could sense that, could sync with that signals sent by Prabhupada. Immediately, they got attracted. You see? No disappointment. They're fully happy. You can see all over the world today, Krishna devotees across the world. They're so happy, developing their love for Krishna. And the world of devotees, we love every devotee spiritually, not bodily. It's a Panchbhuta thing. It will age. Wrinkles will come. And we are conditioned by material nature, material modes. Our gunas will come out. Our gunas will come out. And they're not very tasteful. Our gunas, when they manifest, they're not very tasteful. It's very bad. We have anger, we have lust, we have greed, we have selfishness. All these things will come out. How, how can you cover it up? Unless you have actually purified your senses, your consciousness, your mind. Because what is inside only will come out. If you really have your pure spiritual senses covered, then divine qualities will not manifest. Only material qualities will manifest. Material quality means, should be the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What are material qualities? Demoniac qualities. Demoniac means material qualities. Rajasic, Tamasic, all these things are not undesirable qualities. Greed, lust, anger, infatuation, illusion, delusion, self-centeredness, selfishness, egoism, so many things, so on and so forth. Power, control, so many things. But the spirit soul by nature is endowed with divine qualities of Krishna because we are part and parcel of Krishna. With small quantity, we have those spiritual qualities which are very desirable, very attractive, and pure. So, when we have spiritually awakened our love for Krishna, then you can actually love every jiva spiritually without coming under the sway of lust, greed, anger, infatuation, control, and so on and so forth. So, so in this world, we are seeking love for ourselves, but by definition, love means to satisfy the other partner. The best partner is Krishna. He is our real Bharta, and we're all Stri or Prakriti by constitution spiritually. That means to be loved by, cared by. See, a wife wants to be cared by, loved by husband. Yes, the real husband, eternal husband of every jiva is Krishna. He is the Bharta. So, if you have that partnership with Krishna, you will never be disappointed. So, like that, every quality, not only love, being protected by, being cared by, Krishna can fully reciprocate. I'll stop here. Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. On 3rd of February, Friday, we are celebrating Sri Nityananda Trayodashi, the divine appearance of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. See, as his very name indicates, Nitya Ananda. Lord Nityananda, who is the incarnation, who is none other than Lord Balaram personally, who have appeared in Kali Yuga 500 years back to show us where is that Nitya Ananda that is in his shelter. So we will have grand Abhishek of Nitai Gauranga on 3rd February evening, 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. onwards, followed by Arati, Kirtan, Prasadam. There's fasting till noon on that day. Thank you. Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.